Hello paddlers, welcome back to my channel. Did that confuse you? Just turning the brightness, just make an adjustment. Yeah, did that confuse you? I'll point that. That's me, screensaver. And it was my Irish friend. Bloody, I am useless with names. I am so bad with names. And I'm back. David. David from Ireland. I posted a video, right, just a quick one, and he mentioned, he said, that would make a good screenshot for a computer, and I agreed with him, so I did it. Right, today, I can't get on the water, I haven't been on the water for a few days. We're not getting any snow or ice. Well, we've had ice. We've had a lot of ice actually in the morning, cars being thick ice. But we're not getting any heavy snow out. But what we are getting over here is the wind. Strong winds. I mean, today, well, it's not too bad today. It's about 18 mile an hour winds today. Yesterday, it was about 25. Tomorrow's forecast for plus 30. And the next day, meant to be hitting 40 plus mile an hour winds. So, can't go out kayaking. Well, yeah, somebody's going to see it. Yeah, you can. Well, yes, you can. Right, but I don't. I don't find it fun. I go kayaking to enjoy myself. Right, to have fun. And when you're battling really, really strong winds, it's not fun. So I managed to get out, and this is going to go on for well, at least another week. So the wind. So I managed to get out basically. So what I thought I'd do is a bit of an update of the Pakayak. Alright, now I know I've only had it just over a month. Alright. But I've been out in it quite a few times actually. And I thought I'd give you my thoughts. Now, if you watched the unboxing video I did, you could see, obviously first time, I was having trouble connecting it up and trying to figure it out and stuff. Well now, right, excuse me, now go to a launch spot. Literally, from taking it out of the car, right, to having it set up, I won't say ready, right, because you've always got your deck bags to add, and then you know what I mean, you're sorting stuff out. But from getting it out the car to fully assembled, right, about 3 minutes, 4 minutes tops, right. It is that easy. Once you've done it a few times and you figure it out, and it really is easy. Yeah, from out the car to set up 3 or 4 minutes, no problem. But then you have to connect up your deck bags, and you connect up your cameras, and you connect up this, you connect up that. You know what I mean? But that's just like any kayak. But yeah, so I'm really happy with the setting up. At the moment, because it's winter, the packing away takes a little bit longer. Right, I'd say 20 minutes. 20 minutes to pack away. Basically, because of all the mud, because you get your boat back and it's thick mud. So you have to give it a bit of a wash down, wipe down and stuff. Then you have to dry it a bit. Then you pack it away. So it takes longer. Okay, in summer you won't have that problem. So in summer it'll be quite quick. It'll just be a case of give it a quick dry down, put it back in the bag and in the car and done. But at the moment it's taking a bit longer because of the mud and stuff. However, the bag itself, I can't even speak, let alone tell you. The material, I'm not sure what it is on the inside, but it's like that. It's heavy duty, but it's like that washable material. Because what happened to me one time, I'd got back and muddy and stuff, but it started to rain, so I didn't want. There was no point trying to wash and dry my boat in the rain, obviously. So all I did was take it to bits, put it in the bag, and when I got home, brought the bag in the house, and because it's stackable, I just took one piece out at a time, give it a wet cloth, wiped it down, dried it, put it to one side, one piece at a time, and then the bag itself was all covered in mud and stuff. But because of the material of the bag, it wiped off real easy, real, you know what I mean, no messing about. And then just re-put it back in the bag and it was all ready for next time. So there is options. Okay then, that's the ins and outs, shall we say. Now let's talk about the boat. Well, I am extremely, extremely happy with it. It cuts through the water like a knife through hot butter. Oh, and that's paddling, Patrick. Not with the motor, Patrick. I'm talking about just paddling, cutting through the water, just paddling. He's always picking on me because I've got a motor. No, when you're paddling, it shoots through the water. It really does. And in the wind, I know I just said about strong winds, but in the wind, right, when it's, shall we say, average wind, 10 mile an hour to 12 mile an hour, you know what I mean, sort of like an average day, right, when the tide's moving quite fast, even against the tide, it just cuts through the water. It really is a good boat, and I'm extremely happy. Steadiness of it's solid. There was, in the back of my mind, I was thinking, it's in bits. How solid is it going to be? Well, going back to that motor, right, I'd set it up. I'd got it out the car, got it set up, put it on the kayak stands, got the motor on, right, with all my other gear and everything. And then, rather than trying to carry it, it was just too heavy, I got my kayak trolley, lifted it up that way, put the kayak trolley obviously at the back. Right, when I lifted it up, it's just rock solid. You get me? There's no out like that. It is rock solid. In fact, Pakayak made a video, right? I meant to mention this in my review, but I didn't. What they did was, they got the actual, a bit dangerous if you ask me, but they got the Pakayak on sort of, I think it was like blocks. It was about, say, 4 or 5 foot off the ground, right? And just put stands on the bow and the stern, front and back, right? And then 2 people on ladders climbed up ladders and climbed inside and stood up straight inside the Pakayak, just to show how solid it really is. And yeah, I have to agree. So it's extremely solid, no worries about that. And in case anybody worried about leakage, they do have like a lifetime guarantee it won't leak as long as you've connected it up properly. And I can believe that. You know, I haven't had, I thought at one point I had a leakage, and then I realised what I'd done. I took it apart, and there was all water on the, shall we just say, the middle section. There was a lot of water in there, and some had actually, well, I can't say a pool, drops of it. And I thought, oh, water's getting in. And then I realised what I'd done. Right? When I actually took the top part off, I didn't dry it. Right? So as I'd lifted the top part and tilted it, the water had run straight off the top of the kayak and straight into the next bit, because the next bit had like a hole, so it'd run straight in and run down the sides. Now, how I figured that out was, I did exactly the same thing the next day I went out, right? And it was the next day actually. The next day I went out, I did exactly the same thing, but this time I saw the water drop, and that's how I realised how the water got in. And each time after that, I've made sure just to dry the top, just a quick towel, I'm waving at you, hi, just a quick towel around the sides before taking the top piece off, and it stayed completely dry. So that was my mistake. So there's no worries about leakage or out like that. Very comfortable to paddle. Even more comfortable now I've done them upgrades. I've made 2 videos, I've upgraded the hip pads, and I've installed thigh braces. If you haven't seen them videos, I'll leave a link in the description just in case you come across this, because you buy these Velcro attachment hip pads and thigh braces from Pakayak. That was £80 of my money down the drain because they were rubbish anyhow, but now they're just gone. But you can actually attach proper thigh braces and get some really decent hip pads. But I'll leave them link in the description just in case you haven't seen them and you're thinking about getting a Pakayak, or you've just got one and you bought them foam hip pads and you hate them like I did. Yeah, so that's it really. I've drilled into it, I've connected stuff to it. There's no problems whatsoever. Right? For paddling, apart from it tracking really, really well, cuts through the water, as I've said, right, really good. Without a motor, Patrick, yes, we know. No, just paddling. Cuts through the water really well when paddling. Right. Really fast with a motor, but no, when paddling, cuts through the water really well. And yeah, comfortable. There's just nothing bad I can say. I mentioned it's a bit heavy, but I'm getting old. But there's nothing bad I can say about it. So there you go. What I'll do is, in about 6 months, I'll actually do another update, because I've only had it a month. Alright, but I thought I'd make this video as soon as I can't get out or anything. So I'll do another quick update in about 6 months. Just in case I've come across anything. Before I go, I will mention one more thing. I was asked, why did I get a Pakayak? Well, when I first was kayak, the last couple of years, my X500 inflatable kayak, these are like the first kayaks that are inflatable I've ever been in. Alright. Before, when I was learning how to paddle, it was rigid kayaks. In fact, I think the first one was fiberglass. Not plastic, it was fiberglass. Oh, going back over 20 years now, yeah, you're asking a lot for my poor brain. But yeah, I think I learned to paddle in a fiberglass kayak. But anyway, could be wrong. But yeah, so when I got back into paddling, is it 2 years or is it 3 now? I don't know. Say a couple of years ago. I got an inflatable because I couldn't store a solid kayak at that point. So I got an inflatable and it was okay. So then I got the X500, which is a brilliant kayak, don't get me wrong. But the reason why I really wanted this Pakayak when I spotted it is, one, whenever I was out on the X500, because it's inflatable, always worried. You've got your boat on the ground, you're blowing it up. Was there a big piece of glass under it that I didn't see? You might just happen to drag it a little bit across the grass. You've carried it, you've put it down, you just drag it, you're sliding it into the water. Was there something sharp underneath? All this was going through my head constantly. And it was always a bit worrying when I was on the water. Say I was about 10 miles away from where I launched from. I was thinking, if I get a bloody puncture here, a major puncture, I don't just mean something I can't fix there and then, a major puncture or something like that, or one of the valves blow or something, it's going to be a nightmare getting back. And there was all these little things that worried me about the inflatable side. Right, and that's why when, I saw the Pakayak 6, 7, 8 years ago. But then, unfortunately, I had a chance to buy the Pakayak. If you're a subscriber, you'll know why I said unfortunately. But I had a chance to buy the Pakayak, so I did. And it's a solid kayak. I don't have to worry about getting it scratched. It's already got quite a few scratches on from the cobbles, shall we say. Good thing is getting into the water. You see, I can actually have the water have the kayak on the bank, get in it, and give it one of them to get into the water, which actually helps when it's muddier, sliding, rather than standing in the water. But yeah, and that runs into my Scotland trip because I've mentioned I'm off to Scotland. I've been planning it for quite a while now. I don't know if you can see from that camera angle. I've even got a map up there. Scotland, the lakes, the lochs, I should say, the lakes, the lochs, and I've been planning my route out and stuff. Well, there's two maps up there actually. There's one on the wall and there's one in travel bag with my compass. So yeah, so that's another reason I'd hate to get all the way to Scotland with all my gear and then find out I've got a puncture that. You see, even a puncture you can repair straight away. Like, sometimes you have to leave the glue to set for 24 hours. And if you get somewhere, you set your boat up, somewhere like Scotland, you've just driven, say, 6-7 hours to get there. You set your boat up and it's punctured. So now I'd have to seal it, then book into some bed and breakfast or sleep in the car or whatever until the glue's dry. There was a lot of factors. But like I said, I never learnt to paddle on an inflatable. I started with rigids. I only got an inflatable when I got back into kayaking again a couple or so years ago. But that's why I got the Pakayak. There you go. Plus for storage and stuff. Right, if you saw the delivery, I had to drag it up some stairs. So storage and things like that, and then getting it from point A to point B in the car, and it just was the perfect kayak for my needs, right? And it's a perfect kayak in my opinion. It really, I mean, it was voted, right? And I don't mean by me. It was voted by like kayak association clubs and stuff. The ultimate kayak for 2022 and 2023, I think, or was it just 2022? Can't remember now. But yeah, it really is. It's sort of like versatile and does everything, and I love it, and I'm extremely happy with it. And I'll say, yeah, I'll leave it there then. And I'm looking forward to getting out again without the motor, Patrick. I've only used the thing twice. I've had it 2.5 months. I've used it twice, and every time Patrick leaves a comment, it's it goes even faster with the motor. I've only used it twice. Leave me alone. I'll probably use it a bit more in summer though. As I said, I will actually use it with my X500. Just trickle along with my legs up, bit of a relaxing time. I'll probably use it more in summer on the X500. But yeah. So there you go then. Just a quick update of the Pakayak, and I'm extremely happy with it. And if you're thinking about buying one, you will not be disappointed. Right? If I owned the company, I'd put a guarantee on that. Well, they've actually got a guarantee. If you get it and you don't like it, they'll give you your money back. They want the Pakayak back, but they'll give you a refund. You know what I mean? I looked at the guarantees. That there's one hope that you have to jump through, which I hated. If you saw the size of the box it came in, if you have to send it back to them, you have to send it back in that box. But they do make that very, very clear. They say to you, sort of like, sorry for the inconvenience, but keep the box it came in. Alright? After you've been out a few times and you're happy with the boat, then throw the box away like I did. Alright, but they do say keep the box it came in if you have to ship it back to us. I suppose if you'd thrown it away or ripped it open or something, you could buy a box the same size, and you know what I mean. But yeah, that's just one thing. Okay then, paddlers, I will catch you on the water next time, but don't know when it's going to be until this wind drops. And the way the forecast looks, it looks like it could be at maybe a week before that wind drops again. But we'll just have to see what happens. Right then, I'm going to leave it there and simply say cheers. Catch you later.